Hey Bobcat Nation! Do you want to see what life is like at Quinnipiac University as a first-year student? I'll show you what it's like for me in this Quinnipiac Day in the Life. My name is Tora. I'm a freshman and I'm from Loudon, New Hampshire. I live in Mountain View Residence Hall with 7 other suite mates and I really love it. My direct roommate Maddie and I met through the Facebook page, which is really nice. So we actually chose each other to be roommates. The other girls in our suite were matched with us through the survey that we all had to fill out, which I think they did a really good job of pairing us up because we all get along really, really well. Before I even applied to Quinnipiac, I went for a tour. And as soon as I stepped onto campus, I loved it here. It just felt like home to me and it just felt like where I was supposed to be. I do have some tips that helped me adapt to school. The first thing that I would suggest is getting involved. I think that that's probably the most important thing that you can do. It really helps you to make new friends, just get exposure to different people, have something to do, and it also is a great way to get out of your comfort zone. It's time for our first class of the day, Intro to Statistics and Psych.
This is how I write out a Z problem. I put Z and then in parentheses the number that I'm going to transform.
I just got out of my first class of the day. We learned about Z-scores. It's really interesting. I really like that class because it applies statistics to psychology. Professor Smith is really great. I love her. She does a lot to make sure that we are understanding what's going on, whether we're in Zoom or in person. I just got out of chemistry. It was a really great class. We learned about stoichiometry and limiting reactants. And now I have a really long break until my next class, so I'm gonna go back to my room. Today I plan on using my break to study for my law exam tomorrow. The strategy that I use is I buy all of my textbooks online and then I pull it up on my laptop and I go over my notes on my iPad, and I just find it really convenient because it allows me to have all of my stuff in the same space. I don't need to carry around a ton of things. It's really important to find a system of organization that works for you. So my roommate Gianna and I are gonna go to the dining hall, get some dinner, and then go to class together. Personally, I was actually really nervous to move onto campus at first. I was excited, but I don't have any siblings, so I'm not used to sharing my space with anyone else. I'm not used to being around people all the time, and I'm really used to my privacy, but we all got along so well, I wouldn't want it any other way. I just got some sushi for dinner, and now I'm sitting in the dining hall with Gianna, and we ran into Maddie, my other roommate. One of the reasons why I love coming to the student center is that I always see people that I know. I always run into someone either from my class or one of my friends, and it's just a really nice way to catch up with people that I might not see as often. Gianna and I are heading to abnormal psychology. Today we learned about different clinical psychology practices and techniques and how you can diagnose people with different disorders and the different processes that they go through to come up with those diagnoses. I've always been someone who's really good at time management. One thing that I like to do during my downtime is make to-do lists. I usually order them by priority. I love checking things off. It's very satisfying and it makes you feel very accomplished. On my iPad, I have a digital planner. I write all my homework assignments, all the dates of my exams, every meeting that I have. It's a great way for me to stay organized and make sure that I'm on top of everything. When I first got here, I was hoping to be in the 4+1 elementary education program, and I thought that was what I wanted to do, but in the fall semester I ended up taking a law class and I loved it so much, and that really made me switch gears. I decided to apply to the 3+3 law program here at Quinnipiac, and I picked up a minor in law and society. I think that it's really important for people to realize that it's okay to change your mind and it's okay to change what path you want to go down and change what you want to do even in college. I knew there would be a lot of people here, like my advisor and my roommates and my friends and my parents, who would be really supportive and helpful for me to make this transition, and it was a really easy process for me to switch over. I was honestly really nervous before coming to college. I think that's a really normal feeling for new students to have, especially incoming freshmen. I thought there were going to be no opportunities to meet anyone on campus, but Quinnipiac does a really great job of getting you involved and getting people to meet each other, so don't worry about that. You're going to make plenty of friends as long as you get involved. Another thing that I was really nervous about in college was the workload. I was so scared that I would be so overwhelmed with work that I would never have time to do anything fun. and that I would just be working all the time and I'd have no friends. That is so opposite of the experience that I've had. And really, it just comes down to having good time management skills. If your time management skills aren't the best, you can definitely improve them. It's really great to write down all the things you have to do and just prioritize your time. Work really efficiently, know when you've done enough of one thing and it's time to move on to the next, and then you'll be all set. Be sure to check out other Quinnipiac Day in the Life videos to see Quinnipiac all for yourself. Go Bobcats!